Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Kennett Indian Coaches Show as we visit with Kennett Indian head softball coach Logan Dollins. Coach, we're recording this on Thursday. You have a busy schedule. You're about to go on the road this afternoon to take on Scott City, and then you head over to play some very tough opponents. So an upcoming schedule that's very tough, but you started very tough last weekend at the Blazer Blast. Tell us a little bit about how things went at the Blazer Blast.
Yeah, we opened up against Bauxite High School, a quality team. Lost that one 7-0. Had opportunities to get into the ball game. I think we had bases loaded twice, and just everything that we've kind of came by right now is with 2 outs. We just can't get anything going early. The next day we had Riverside, another quality opponent. Went into extras with them, and came out on top. And then we finished the day with Valley View, and just kind of found out, how scrappy we were going to be. I think we were down 10-1 at one point, and ended up making it a 10-5 ball game. I got to see kind of what I needed to see out of the pitching staff. I thought our offense was pretty decent, and defensively we really needed that competition to kind of see where we were and what we needed to improve on.
Well, after the Blazer Blast, you had your first home game against New Madrid County Central on Monday, and a 6-1 win over New Madrid. And anytime you can hold a softball opponent to no runs, you're doing pretty well defensively.
Yeah, New Madrid's a scrappy little bunch, and we came out and hit some balls hard. Handley pitched it really well. I think she had 13 strikeouts in the game. We played well behind her. Just offensively, again, we just couldn't get multiple hits just going back to back to back. And that's something that's kind of where we're at right now, which is still early. But once our lineup becomes more consistent, I think then you'll get a true showing of kind of what kind of club we are.
I think that's probably typical with a lot of teams, whether softball or baseball, early season. Some guys, it takes them little time, or ladies a little time to find their stride at the plate. And confidence is a big part of it. So getting a few hits and getting some runs batted in really will boost that confidence, and seems like production goes up after that.
Yeah, definitely. Right now you're kind of 1 or 2 hits away from rolling. And that's what we're seeing. We've got some girls, in the lineup that are swinging it really well. And again, the consistency just up and down the lineup is once we figure that out, I'll feel a lot better going into the rest of the season.
Well, all right, Coach, let's take a break. We'll come back and talk about this upcoming schedule, as Scott City will be on Thursday afternoon, and then you're going on the road. We'll talk about those games. And then you have some home games coming up next week. We'll talk about those as well. But the Kennett Indian Coaches Show continues right after this. Back with Coach Logan Dollins as we visit on the Kennett Indian Lady Indian Softball Show. And the Lady Indians on Thursday headed up to Scott City. We're recording this before Coach the team heads up to Scott City. But Scott City is one of those opponents in the past. It's always been a battle. Kennett, Scott City had some big matchups with that team in the past.
Yeah, myself included, it's always kind of been a dogfight with them. Had to beat them in the quarterfinal one year. And then, last year, it was a very scrappy game on both ends of it. I think we ended up hitting back-to-back homers just to tie it. And then I think Lauren Barton ended up walking it off. They're always a quality bunch, well coached. And it's always a game I look forward to.
Well, after Scott City, you said you're traveling over to the Farmington Park Hills area. And on Friday, a couple of games. I guess Potosi will be your first game. Then you play Park Hills Central. And, of course, Park Hills, a big matchup for you last year on that road to the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are always a great opportunity for us to play. Starting off with Potosi, I know they're starting off with a solid season so far. excited to have the opportunity to play them. And then, Park Hills, we've had so much history through whether it be quarterfinals or the Final Four. It's just a team that you look forward to playing because you're going to get their best game all the time, and we have to give them our best as well. They're just a quality bunch, day in and day out. Very dangerous lineup with Cadence Crosby and Sydney Miles. They're just a tough matchup, and I know they have some youngsters coming up. Just watching some film on them yesterday against St. Gen. They're a team that if you don't handle business, especially early in their lineup, they'll make you pay.
Well, speaking of St. Gen, that will be your opponent at 11 o'clock on Saturday, and then you'll take on West County. The game's on Friday for fans going over, and I'm sure if it's family and those related to the team, where you're going. But I assume you're playing at Park Hills on Friday, and then are you playing at West County, or are you going to play over at the community college?
Friday will be at Potosi.
Oh, it's at Potosi.
It's at Potosi this year. We're kind of on like a yearly cycle with them. So it goes to Potosi and then Park Hills. And then we usually try to meet in the middle at Three Rivers just to kind of help out. And then the next day at Saturday, it will be at St. Gen.
Okay. So you'll be over in the St. Gen area on Saturday, 11 o'clock start with the host team. And then you'll play West County at a time to be determined, I guess, depending on the other action that day.
Yeah, it'll be directly after that. I think we kind of settled on like a 12:30 start, so we'll play back to back on that one.
Well, then that way your squad will be able to head home after 4 games, and actually 5 games in 3 days. So a busy schedule. But then it continues on Monday. You'll have the Lady Hornets of Holcomb coming to Kennett. That's always a fun matchup. And Holcomb, again, one of those teams, they made it to the Final Four last year, and always a quality program.
Yeah. Holcomb's one of those bunches that we're so close together that it's not I would say it's a friendly rivalry. Rivalry.
That's a hard word to say.
Yeah. But with that being said, they they're always solid every single year. And I look forward to playing them. I think it's a great atmosphere. They bring a great crowd, and we have a good crowd for that one as well. So just excited for the opportunity to play them.
Well, then you turn around on Tuesday of next week. You have a couple of games. It looks like you'll play Malden at 3, and then Portageville with Risco will be about a 6 o'clock start, and that also at Indian Park. So you have a fast and furious schedule coming up, both this week and then turning around next week with all the games that you have scheduled.
Yeah, definitely. And that Tuesday game's a big game for us because it's their district games. Same thing with New Madrid. It was a big win for us being a district game. Malden and Portageville, especially early in the year. Anytime you get into district games early, you've got to figure out ways to win them. And for us, our goal is to be the number 1 seed in the district, just to allow yourself a little bit more of a leeway into the district. So these are 2 huge games for us coming up. I think we'll be battle tested definitely by then. And hopefully, we can come out and play good ball on Tuesday and secure 2 district wins.
Well, you talked about a couple of things. Let's get locations sorted out here. District tournament this year will be held where?
It has not been out.
Oh, it hasn't been determined. How about the Boot Hill Conference? Because Kennett plays in the Boot Hill Conference in softball.
That one's not out.
That one's not out either. So,
from what I understand, it's being put out and it's in the works right now. So we should know in the next, hopefully, week or so.
Well, good deal. We'll let everybody know those 2 big tournaments. Of course, the district, the most important, because that lets your season continue. Coach, good luck. I know you're getting ready to hit the road, and good luck this weekend. We'll talk again next week.
Appreciate it.
All right. That's Coach Logan Dollins here on the Kennett Indian Coaches Show.